Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We have essentially now established a kind of a hegemony over Central Europe that will allow us to do all kinds of fun stuff. So, I'm going to get us started here. I'm going to talk a little bit about where we're going to go from here. This Hohenzollern is a subject of Prussia's, so I think... And what state are they holding? They're holding the state of Hohenzollern, which we can see in these borders here is split between them and Württemberg. They do have a tiny border with Austria here, so if Austria opposes us, that could be potentially a problem. But I think the first place I want to go is I want to take over Baden and then take over Württemberg and transfer it to Hohenzollern, just so that they can have their whole state. And then we can use Baden to conquer some other small states over here, including maybe Bavarian Rhineland, maybe Bavaria, we'll see. How are relations with Austria? Relations with Austria are very good. Pretty confident about that. We've got hella radicals. Oh, because we conquered Guyana. Yeah, okay, that's not shocking. We'll increase the game speed here. Are we at the point we want to be with education yet? Not really. Do we have enough government admin on the docket? We do. We're closing in on having enough power plants running in France to convert all of the urban centers in France over to... Sorry, just checking this. That's a military revolt in Sambas. Not concerning myself with that. Like I said, we're close enough to having all of the urban centers in France converted over to electric street lighting. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Where's my urban centers? Alright, so Provence cannot yet. Or in Algiers, Constantine, Languedoc is good. Picardie, electric streetlights. Alsace-Lorraine, electric streetlights. Poitou-Saintonge, electric streetlights. Guyenne, electric streetlights. Auvergne-Limousin, electric streetlights. Brittany, electric streetlights. Champagne, Franche-Comté, Aquitaine, and Maine-Anjou. Orléans-et-Berry, absolutely. Ile-de-France, sure thing. I think that's pretty close to all of them. Perfect. Got an advance for agrarianism. Bringing up to 29%. That's pretty solid. And there were two that we skipped up near the top here. There was Provence. And we got the other one done. Let's hit the normalize production methods button and just see what's not normal. Franche-Comté, Poitou-Saintonge. That's just the ships. That's the glass works. Okay. Alright, so I think that means everything. Can I quickly do this with all the states? I think that means we've got all of them checked. So let's take a look at the local prices of electricity and see how things are going. Electricity is extremely expensive in most of France. Didn't anticipate that. So we need more power plants in Franche-Comté, Ile-de-France, Auvergne-Limousin, Guyenne, Aquitaine, Maine-Anjou, and Brittany. I think I can remember all that. Let's queue in some power plants. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. We still got one under construction here in Orléans-et-Berry. Is that being built by the private construction queue? Yes, it is. Alright, so that should be fine. And then we're getting all that tasty, tasty government. Württemberg sides with Baden in a diplomatic play. So what is going on here? There's a revolt happening in Baden, a religious revolt. That's interesting. Baden offers to become our protectorate. Well, I think they see which way the wind is blowing. So, yeah, I will absolutely accept that. We'll just go ahead and send the 5th French Army. I don't really anticipate having any difficulties winning this war. I'm just going to handle the nearest front first, and we'll handle other fronts afterward. Good on you, Baden. You could have played yourself, but you didn't. There's anarchism unlocked. That's going to lead to some interesting developments in French politics, particularly with an absolute monarch once again on the throne. Let's take another look at our... Oh, groceries. I can improve groceries by instituting vacuum canning. So, let's take a look at vacuum canning. For vacuum canning, I need 169 oil and 1,000 fish. So fish is going to be the big expansion point here. We've already got 1,000 excess fish. We got a lot of fish in the customs union, I guess. So that'll be great. And this will increase groceries output by 898. And reduce liquor output, but that's not really a problem. Let me just check on oil, because I don't actually know how much of that we're producing. I can pretty quickly produce a lot more, but oh my gosh, we're producing virtually none. So, where have we got oil? No, we got oil in Constantine. Oil jobs are good jobs. But only one. French West Indies. Yeah, sure. We'll build all that. A little bit in Sahara. A little bit in Ivory Coast. A little bit in East Sahara. I'm not going to build up too much of that. A little bit in Inner Mauritania, Timbuktu, and Niger. Oh, actually, Niger can't sustain all those oil jobs. I'm going to have to build like 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and put them in... I was going to put them in above the power plants, but actually they're going to get built in pretty good time. So once those oil rigs are run... I think I'm going to actually get one food industry over to vacuum canning at a time. And that's going to help us overall do the thing we're going to do. That's going to create a market for oil to drive the price of oil up. And then, as these oil rigs get online, they'll fulfill the increasing demand. So, meanwhile, we're having a little war. We got ourselves another protectorate in Germany. Ooh, from farms to factories. Oh, interesting. I wonder if that's a percentage population thing, because it popped like a journal entry. The industrialists have expressed their satisfaction with the direction being taken by the country and its newly built factories, sweats and enacting agrarianism. There's only one possible direction, forward. Progress is like a train that doesn't stop, doesn't wait for anyone, and you're either in or you're out. We've done this for our people. Extra loyalists from standard of living increases for 5 years. Heck, we used to support that. Train stronger industrialists. You know we got to go with loyalists from standard of living increases. Oh, of course. 2 arms. We got 1 army in the area. I think it's going to be completely sufficient. Stay hydrated, kids. At some point, Prussia is going to stop funding my economy, but today is not that day. Diplomatic pact's down to 201k. Yeah, it's only... Yeah, Prussia's only giving us the amount from them being a dominion. Austria's funding is going to go down. Okay, law debate failed. Well, that's going to go down. We just about have enough to increase education investment once again. In fact, when this week turns over, we might have enough straight away. Nope. Have my government admin buildings not been as effective at increasing administrative capacity as I've been hoping? I think the answer might be yes. Huh, curious. Let's build a few more. Let me see. We got plenty of labor available. I don't want to keep going back to Normandy. Let's go with the French Low Countries. And I'm going to put these at the top once again because that education investment is going to take some time. Now, where are we with tech? We're at our maximum. We're actually not. We're not at our maximum for literacy. I had no idea. I assumed we were at our maximum for literacy, but I've been wrong in the past, and I will be wrong again in the future. So, where can we build up? Aquitaine seems like a good location, or Auvergne-Limousin. Let's build a level 5 university in Auvergne-Limousin, and a level 5 one in Aquitaine. The Baden religious revolt is losing steam pretty quickly, so that's fine. So we should be able to conquer them pretty shortly. So where to next? I think it might be time to knock out conquering these tiny states in Africa. Let's see, 5.9 infamy, I can definitely tolerate that. Let's go ahead and confirm. Yep, they said no. We'll send the 5th French Army to deal with it. No reason to worry too much about that. I'm building up an economy. So we have built some more oil rigs. So let's go ahead and flip a few more food industries over to vacuum canning and see how that affects the oil market. The private sector has built a bunch of them in different locations instead of concentrating them, but that's what it is. Oil's up at the top here, very expensive, but increasing in supply over time. Oil in the West Indies, wonderful. This is an oil rush event. I'm just going to do the same thing for all of these, but we'll read the first one, because I think this is the first one in the run. The discovery of oil in the French West Indies is causing people to flock to the state, hoping to find jobs in this booming industry. Gold, silver, diamonds, for what? Trinkets and finery for the gentry, glamour to hide that their time has passed? Listen, my friend, nostalgia may be gilded, but the future runs on oil. Options are... Ooh, Latvians are moving in. Excellent. Encourage this trend. Oil is the future. This gives us 50% increased oil industry employees and migration attraction for 2 years. And then caution that much may yet change in the West Indies. This increases, this gives half the bonuses. I'm going to do the first one, and we'll queue in a bunch more oil rigs. Oop. We'll max them right out. Next, we have another police brutality event. The use of extreme force is becoming increasingly common among police officers in Burgundy. The working class and the socially conscious are rallying against the police as an institution. Scarcely a week passes without their committing some offense which disgusts everybody but the magistrates. Boys are bruised by their ferocity, women are insulted by their ruffianism, and that which brutality has done, perjury denies, and magisterial stupidity suffers to go unpunished. Police brutality is becoming one of our most venerated institutions. Once again, I can reduce the investment by 1 and get 2 happiness by the rural folk and intelligentsia. Or I can say the use of force is warranted. I get a bunch of radicals over there, but I also get 2 approval from the armed forces and petite bourgeoisie. So let's take a look at what our politics look like and what we need. I could definitely... I don't need to care about the opinions of the intelligentsia or the rural folk. So we'll go with the other one. Actually, I don't want radical pops. We'll go with the first one. We'll build it back up pretty soon. We'll invest in education and law enforcement. And that's pretty good overall setup for our institutions. We can only really get a little bit higher. We have an obligation from Peru, Bolivia, but I don't think there's anything we want that they're not already providing for us. So, relations are very good. I think we can go ahead and absolve that. So how's the oil market looking now? Where is it? There it is. Oil is pretty cheap. Alright, so let's get more of these food industries into vacuum canning. In fact, get some of the larger ones in there. It's actually not using up that much oil. Law debate success, very good. How does that make it look now? Continuing to grow in price, but also continuing to grow in demand. So let's do some big ones. Or in supply. In fact, I think we'll flip over all of them. We'll do full vacuum packaging. That's made oil quite expensive, but as you can see, the amount we're producing is going way, way up. Okay, it's not going up that much, but it'll go up more later once we got more rigs built. We just unlocked trench warfare, so I think it's time to upgrade our armies. Ooh, we need a new leader in the first corps. But first, we'll set these upgrades going, and then we'll pick a leader. This is going to cost us a very large increase in costs, but that's okay. First corps needs a leader. This war is going to pop off in just a few minutes, but we don't need the first corps for that. This guy's an imposing Republican. This guy's an industrialist. This guy's honorable, but he's got kidney stones. Reduced attack and defense is really terrible. Let's go with the armed forces guy. 2 arms. And we'll put in another general as well. You're a persistent supply requisitions expert and a pacifist. That's perfect. You get everything you need. So I think once we've finished out with all this military stuff, defense and depth, that's going to get us siege artillery. Once we're there, there's a bunch of naval ones between us and getting squad infantry, but we could beeline it. On the other hand, I do want to get malaria prevention, so I think the next step is going to be to knock out everything we really want to have in social at tier 3, and then boost for malaria prevention. And that'll be great. We are actually already getting the universities that we need built. We'll cue the oil rigs up top, although it's not actually going to affect the order because I've got such a high construction capacity that I'm going to build both at once. How come I still only have 2 corporations? Don't I usually have 3? No, because I don't have laissez-faire. I have agrarianism. I was going to say, I feel like I usually have more corporations by now. I think I want to do some territorial incorporation. So, I'm going to throw down a few more government admins. And let's put them... I don't have any labor available in Lorraine. Just generally in the east, labor is not available in the eastern parts of France. Actually, no, this is silly. I need to be doing automation. That's what I need to be doing. And we're going to start with the oil rigs because they definitely need to be on a transport-intensive method. Continue. Lumber mills will definitely use rail transport. Okay, hold on. All the ones in Africa don't have enough railways. I'm going to exempt them. So it's Oran, Algiers, Tunisia, Al Rif, and Guyana. Interesting. I'm going to exempt those, but we're going to build up some railways in those areas. Oran, Algiers, Constantine. Oran, Algiers, Constantine. I know I did them in the opposite order, but that's okay. And then 2 in Al Rif and 2 in Guyana. Those are areas that I'm going to want to incorporate. And actually, I'm thinking maybe sooner rather than later, to be honest. What do these populations look like? Yeah, there's not really many French people living there at all. We got an oil event going on in Nigeria. I'm going to do the same thing I always do. Anglo-Indian peasant revolt. Can't make them protectorate, sadly. They're a major power, that's why. That's neat. Let's take a look at other options now. I think we can definitely get lumber mills using the steam donkey. Oh, maybe not. Hang on, let's look at transport costs in our market. I am not used to having to worry about this at all. Oh my goodness, they're actually pretty high all over France. How much... What's my engines market look like? Because I think I can provide some of that with my urban centers. I'm just looking okay. So if I took my urban centers, and I don't know why I'm looking in rural for the urban centers, switch them over to public trams, 330 engines, I think I would be able to live with that. Let's do it. Conquered Timbuktu, very good. Next we'll go with Segou. It's going to be 7 infamy. Oh, that's actually going to push me over. So we'll do Futa Toro first. 4.6 infamy. We'll just go ahead and grab 5th French Army. I don't know why I keep saying 15th. That's kind of silly. Hey, we finally got a success on agrarianism. Haven't had much to do over there. We got an oil and a rubber rush. I'm just doing the same thing I always do with those. Oh, that's some contrasting music there, Vicky 3. Shazam. Alright, what's going on over here? We got Brunswick versus the Brunswickian military revolt. You want to be a protectorate? No. How about you? No. Alright, well... Enjoy fighting. I feel like Italy has really taken forever to improve relations, but I guess that just is what it is. So, now let's look at our transportation market. Oil's all over the place. How are things looking? Okay, things are looking generally much better. Still pretty expensive in Guyenne, Provence, and Picardy, and to a lesser extent Lorraine and Poitou-Saintonge. So let's build a little bit more over there. Hold on. I checked and then immediately forgot. Here. Guyenne. Guyenne, Auvergne-Limousin. Alright, and then after that... we can definitely find some places to export oil to, right? Yes, China will buy our oil. Wonderful. Natural gas heated houses are the norm in China, I guess. The Devil's Railroad. Workers on the railway in Guyana are dying in droves due to the harsh malarial conditions and extreme demands placed upon them. Every mile is marked with gravestones, every track laid in blood. Malady and the scorching heat blister our bodies. We pave the road to hell with our lives. Full steam ahead. 10% mortality. Oh, that's brutal. Or this is too high a price to pay. Minus 50% state construction efficiency. Oh, gosh. This is really bad. How close are we to done with this railroad? Not close. I don't want to crush the population there, though, so we're just going to have to slow it right the heck down and live with the consequences on that. Yep, that's going to take a while, but it is what it is. We can afford it. We have the capability. So moving right along here, I think next we're going to start working on... So the silk plantations can definitely be automated. There we go. Another Hell on Earth event. I'm going to launch an inquiry. I don't think that's a... that's kind of a no-brainer. All of our logging camps in France can probably go to electric at this point. It's going to cost very little electricity, so let's do it. I should electrify North Africa. That'd be nice. We'll do another quick check on the cost of electricity once we've done this. I said in France. All of this is France. In the métropole was the term that I should be using. Oh, that's Guinea. Alright, so... And then I think... Let me see, we are currently building these railways in North Africa. So once those get done, we'll switch over to the better production methods over there. Let's get some power plants here. And we'll do all the ones in former Morocco as well. For now. Probably more later. Alright. Alright, Austria's bankroll has ended. To arms. I need to reset some production methods over here. Cool. I think that's alright. It's going to be a little silly resetting production methods for a bit, but it'll be done hopefully in good time. So, that finishes out those railways in North Africa. Now, these are the ones over here. The ones in Al Reef are getting there. So let's get those forestry industries over to rail transport. They don't like it, but they're gonna in the future. Wait. Did I make a mistake here? These ones are not on there. Al Reef, you're gonna like it. Tunisia, you're gonna like it. Oh, I didn't build any in Tunisia. That was smart. So smart and cool. Co-belligerent in default, that's not a problem. Perak is kind of... All of our holdings in Southeast Asia are currently in default. So we have a proletarian revolt in Mecklenburg. Would either of you like to be a subject? No. What about you? I'll take subjugation. I'll take a subject if you're communist. Hanover, you're in your own market. I would love you to be a protectorate of mine. That would cost 15.9 infamy, which I can live with. Excellent. We have finally achieved level 10 education, or level 5 education, rather. It's oil in Timbuktu. I'm doing the same thing I'm always doing over here. We're almost to the end of agrarianism. I think I got a success in there somewhere and didn't even realize. I'm going to start getting a colony going in one of these high malarial areas. Not because it's necessarily going to be effective, but because I've got the ability to, and I've got a ton of institutional investment in colonization that I'm not really using. I think at this point we're going to have to put an end to our mass construction for the time being, just because it is forming an enormous drain on our finances, and the private sector will have to use the rest for its own purposes. What are you? You're a military revolt in Travancore? You're fine. You're doing just fine. You're causing problems for Britain, and that's good enough for me. Portugal, you're in the British market. You're a protectorate of... No, you're not a protectorate. You're just in a defensive pact with Great Britain. Alright, well that's fine. I could improve relations with you, I suppose, although I'm still trying to get back in good with Italy after a really long time of us not being friends. On account of me wanting to take some territory from them. Which I still do kind of want to do. Like, I know that's a little bit scummy, but I kind of want to do it anyway. Yeah, okay, we're having some transportation shortages still. 6th French Army doesn't need to exist. Oh, and now the 5th French Army can become trench infantry, which will make them better at doing the stuff they're doing. Escadre de la Méditerranée needs a new leader. You're a cocaine addict. Doesn't actually change your ability to win fights. And you're a naval commander, which is pretty good. We'll put you in charge. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't need to stop building stuff. I just need to increase taxes. Said states everywhere. We are having kind of a continual... Law proposal causes uproar in Mande communities. Claiming the enactment of agrarianism would affect the country's Mande inhabitants in a disproportionately negative way, Mande firebrands have riled their communities against the current law proposal. Give them a finger and they'll cry for an arm. Give them an arm, and before you know it, they'll weaponize the arm, batter all you to death with it, and pilfer their corpses for even more concessions. And their thoughts concern us how? Force the issue through. Oh, this costs us bureaucracy. I don't like giving up bureaucracy. Make some token amends. Become radical. 2%. Or address and acknowledge the concerns. They become loyalist, but reduce enactment chance. I'm going to go with the middle one. I don't particularly need an enactment chance on this. This is just agrarianism. I'm doing it basically because the landowners really want it. If it fails out, it's not the end of the world, truthfully, because they're only going to be... We got 2 stages in, so they're only going to be a little mad. Alright, so where have I got transport shortages? Rhône, Volta, Tunisia. I'm fixing Tunisia already, and Guyana's not... Oh, because we haven't done the method there yet. Actually, let's go ahead and do that quickly. Logging camps, rail transport. Rhône, Volta, Inner Mauritania, Timbuktu, Provence, Fez, and Guinea. Timbuktu, Provence. So, Rhône and Provence in the metropole. And in Africa, we have Volta, Inner Mauritania, and Fez, and Timbuktu. In the metropole, we have Provence and Rhône. And then Volta, Timbuktu, Fez, and Tunisia we're working on. Volta, Timbuktu, Fez, no, that's Al Rif. This one's Fez. Doesn't hurt to have another one in El Reef. However, I'm going to standardize production methods in... Okay, so this one's not going to change. This one, yeah, here we go. So this is harvesting tools, fertilizers, slaughterhouses, barbed wire fences. No more electrics to be flipped over in these areas. Alright, perfect. Booming oil industry. The recent expansion of the oil rigs in the French West Indies has boosted confidence in the Kingdom of France's future as an oil producer. If our ancestors had seen machines powered by black flammable liquid bursting forth from the earth, they would surely have called our technological marvels the work of the devil. Thank God we live in such enlightened times. Get every drop from those wells, 33% oil extractors throughput, or we'll find more things to put oil in, extra progress towards combustion engine. I'm going to do the second one, because I like getting research progress. Got another rubber rush event. Don't even care where it is. We're going to... Rubber is the future. Yeah, do rubber. Do rubber more. Do rubber more. So good. North German immigration. Excellent. I need more government admin, friends. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm just governing the bejesus out of everyone. We're short on taxation capacity in Aquitaine, Alsace-Lorraine, Burgundy, Normandy, and Lorraine. Bananas. Absolutely bananas. Aquitaine. So Normandy, we're short. We need 2 levels. So let's go with 3 just to get a little buffer. Aquitaine, we're short more than 5 levels. We'll do 7 levels here. Alsace-Lorraine, we need 4 levels, but we'll do 5. Burgundy, same deal. Well, neither of these places any... Oh, they didn't have any labor available, that's why. And we're a little short in Lorraine, we'll just do 2. And that should be all the government admin we need. And then we're short in Volta, because Volta is a place we're taxing for some reason. Oh, the population there is enormous. Why are we taxing Volta? Because there's a lot of people. Yeah, that seems completely reasonable. Completely cool, good, and reasonable. We're already building railways. Let's grab a few of these government admin buildings and throw them up at the top of the queue. Just to get them going. Get us a little bit more capacity and a little bit more cash. Because our cash flow situation is not as great as it could be. We finally stopped getting huge cash payments from Austria all the time. I might even need to go to GASP. Middle of the road taxes. Imagine it. France having taxes? Completely unreasonable. With that having been said, I can put the Catholic Church into the government again. That'd be nice. I like having those guys in the government. They're happier when they're in the government. Plus, they're a little bit of a check on the power of the landowners, which I do require. I am getting that government size debuff, but I have so much... Nope. I'm getting that government size debuff to my government legitimacy, but it's really nice to have the Catholic Church around here. Helping out. They were helping out for a long time in the early game. They will be so again. Colonization of East Sahara is complete. I could colonize Dar el-Kouti. Get started over there, maybe. No, let's not worry about it. There's aniline. That unlocks synthetics plants, which are nice. I'm going to wait on that. Come on, give me agrarianism. Let me get this petition sorted out. Maybe I don't actually want agrarianism. I don't know. A lot of it failed. That's okay. That's okay. Again, this will only be an issue if time runs out. I should have... Hey, I can develop an Amazonian state. Perfect. Nested within the rainforests of Guyana, the erstwhile sleepy village of Paramaribo has grown into a major hub of rubber extraction and transportation. To sleep now. The sun is going down. You and your father will need strength to hunt tomorrow. But I am Senor Ramirez, and I am still ordering his... Do not speak that name, boy. Never again. Do not bring those men to whoever's left. And the rubber barons require more labor, 50% migration attraction. and the landowners get stronger, or their business acumen shall see Paramaribo thrive, 10% throughput. Let's get migration attraction. And then, to exploit the state, you need 15 levels of rubber plantations and a level 4 urban center, which I think I can make happen. We got a level 3 urban center, and we can probably mostly get there. How much labor have we got available? We actually got labor available. So let's build up some logging camps. And we'll queue in some fishing wharves. Fishing wharves are always useful to have. And then for... How can I do all this without building any industry? Actually, paper mills are a good thing to have. We'll build 5 levels of paper mills. That'll keep migration attraction coming. With that having been said, that is all the time we've got for this episode. We've done some conquests in Africa, and we've kind of let our infamy slide downward. But mostly we've just been working on developing the economy and adjusting to the fact that Austria is no longer giving us huge scads of money, and Prussia is only giving us medium-sized scads of money. We are still on the top, and we're actually pretty solid now that we've gone to trench infantry. We've got a good lead over Britain, so I'm feeling pretty good about our position in the world. And that's all there is time for today. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.